the past, all ginseng used to be wild ginseng found deep in the mountains. At the time, mountains were considered a sacred place. Ginseng was a rare medicinal root that could treat any ailment, so people would go deep in the mountain in search of it. Shamani, or a person who gathers wild ginseng, was a professional job. They searched high and low for this precious root. To them, wild ginseng was a gift from heaven, so there was a ritual before they entered the mountains. They kept their bodies clean and stayed away from meat and liquor. They lived in a small cottage in the woods and even abstained from talking because they believed that such efforts would grant them the blessing of finding ginseng. Ginseng used to belong in the high sacred world, but over time it came to be cultivated in the hands of men. In a package sent by Korean Catholics to Pope John Paul II was Korean ginseng. After experiencing its effects, the Pope continued to take Korean ginseng, which helped him fulfill his calling for such a long time. Ginseng only grows in limited areas. Korea, China, Japan, and North America are where the majority of this medicinal root is found. But Korean ginseng is considered one of a kind. Countless historical records have testified to the excellence of Korean ginseng. Then how is Korea able to produce ginseng of such outstanding qualities? There are two contributing factors: environmental and genetic.
약효라는 것은 각 성분이 많고 적음을 떠나서 여러 가지 성분들이 적절히 조화롭게 성분의 그 조성이 굉장히 중요합니다. 그런 면에서 고려인삼, 특히 6년근의 경우에는 그 양보다는 그런 조성의 비가 균일하고 그래서 그것이 약효로 나타나는 것을 알고 있습니다.
The mysterious benefits of Korean ginseng include improved immunity, relief from fatigue, improved memory and circulation, and oxidizing effects. Once it's inside the system, ginseng regulates the overall function of the body. High blood pressure patients can lower their blood pressure with ginseng. Likewise, low blood pressure patients can raise their blood pressure with ginseng. This is only one of the regulatory effects of ginseng.
실제 이렇게 홍삼이 여러 가지 효능을 나타내는 또 혈행 개선이랄지 피로 회복, 또 기억력 개선, 또 기타 이런 면역 증강 효과는 홍삼의 그 신체 조절 능력을 과학적인 그 효능군으로 나타났을 때 나타나는 그러한 그 과학적 증명이라고 생각됩니다.
It wasn't only Pope John Paul II. Numerous global figures were so impressed by the amazing effects of Korean ginseng that they continued to take it over a long period of time. Jean-Jacques Rousseau, a French philosopher who led the Enlightenment movement. One day, his student, Bernardin de Saint-Pierre, presented his teacher with premium coffee beans. But Rousseau refused the expensive gift. The student insisted and requested a present in return instead. And that present was none other than a root of ginseng. The first record of ginseng dates back more than 2,000 years in a book called Kupchui Pyeon, written under the rule of Yuandi in China. The most widely consumed ginseng during the Tang Dynasty was that from Korea. As time passed, trade became more extensive. When it came to ginseng, Korea and China were willing to wage a war. At the time, ginseng was not cultivated, but gathered by Shimanis. It was more than rare. it was holy and mysterious. An ancient Chinese document, Banqiu Gyop Chip Chu, writes about ginseng as follows. There are 3 stems and 5 leaves. It keeps its back to the sun and stays in the shade. If ginseng ever comes to me, I'll meet it under a tree with big leaves.
그 명의별록의 문헌을 보게 되면은 고구려삼, 이 백제삼 이것이 중국에서 가장 좋은 우수한 인삼이고 품질이 아주 좋고 중국에서 생산된 것보다도 훨씬 좋은 걸로 이렇게 기록이 되어 있습니다. 이런 걸 봤을 때에 우리나라에서 생산된 삼이 중국에서도 가장 우수하다라고 그렇게 그때부터 이 평을 받았고요.
Korean ginseng was exported, boxed in cedar wood and wrapped in red silk. The ginseng road connecting China, Korea, and Japan was a busy trade route. Red ginseng is steamed and dried ginseng. This form appeared in the Goryeo dynasty as a way of preserving the roots. Afterwards, ginseng got to travel all the way to Arabia and Europe. The value of Korean ginseng kept rising. Korean ginseng was circulated like gold or money. Discovering a root in the forest was like digging up gold.
인삼이 좋다는 것은 누구든지 다 잘 알고 계시기 때문에 국내에도 수요가 많았을 거고 또 이게 외국의 경우에도 아주 값비싸고 귀한 물건이기 때문에 고려인삼을 통해서 문물교환과 동시에 이 검은보와 비슷한 그 취급을 받았을 가능성이 많지 않나 생각합니다.
In the Joseon dynasty, ginseng cultivation began to take root in many areas. Korean ginseng became the representative export product of Korea. Top model Naomi Campbell's love for ginseng drinks is well known. During her visit to Korea in 2003, she said the secret to keeping a slim body was Korean ginseng extract. Today, the effects of Korean ginseng are world famous, and many across the globe benefit from them. Most foreigners who visit Korea stop by duty-free shops to purchase red ginseng.
因为听说正官庄的高丽参比较正宗一点，所以就过来想看看买2盒回去。那在我认识的朋友，有些平时有用高丽参的，他们也都是用这个牌子的。
Ginseng, once under the control of the heavens, has become a part of our human world through cultivation and preservation. The effects of Korean ginseng are not only for health. This treasured root is an all-around solution for everyday demands and aesthetic desires.
기존의 스파에서는 아로마 오일을 많이 사용하고 있지만 저희는 6년근 홍삼에서 추출한 오일을 이용해서 모든 관리가 들어가고 있고요. 이 홍삼 오일은 피부에 굉장히 보습력과 그리고 탄력에 효과적인 오일입니다.
In the modern age, Korean ginseng is something that can be used every day. We encounter Korean ginseng in a variety of food. Koreans call ginseng insam. Although the world knows it by the Chinese name, the fact remains that ginseng was a heaven's gift bestowed upon Korean soil. That is the reason why among the many types of ginseng, Korean ginseng is considered the one and only, the best of its kind.